What's up, everyone? Welcome to Trust the Process. Alongside Mike Yashi, Skyler Chase, I'm Keith Manzi, and it's been a little while, so Merry Christmas and Happy New Year's to you guys.
And Happy Hanukkah.
Hopefully we're the last to say all that because...
Yeah, no.
And if we're not, we mean it for next year. And we're the first.
Yeah, it's been since October 2nd. We're back. It's 2020. Our New Year's resolutions are all to try and
try to have more
record
than 5
more
episodes.
Yeah, get more than 5 episodes out a year. So
we're gonna do 15 in honor of Minshew this year because 5 is gone.
15?
Oh, fair enough. Okay.
All right. Well played, Skyler. All right.
Tim Tebow.
No. All right. Now you ruined it. I did want to, since we did skip the whole holiday and everything like that, I did want to talk about Christmas presents here. I got a dope one as a Magic fan. Mike is already putting his head in his hands because I got a Mario Hezonja basketball card with a authentic piece of his jersey in it, game worn jersey in it. And I think it's
what?
It's a game worn jersey in the card.
I didn't know that.
Yeah, it's a limited edition,
So
obviously.
what was it worth? About $2?
What part of the body do you think it touched?
I want to say his right abdomen.
Abdomen.
Yeah.
I gotcha.
Don't say anything else.
Why Mike's taking a finger at me?
Yeah,
where
bad radio.
That?
Mike's already upset with us, but
oh man,
I did want to ask you guys, what's some of the coolest Christmas gifts you've received that are sports related?
Jesus gave me a
Minshew
jersey.
Okay.
For Christmas. Jesus / Santa Claus / my mom. They're all the same people now, I guess.
Anyways.
But, yeah, so got a Minshew jersey, got a Chris Bryant jersey this year, so jerseys are usually pretty good go-to for me.
Mike?
Let's see. I remember when I was a kid, me and my brother both I got Jaguars gear from head to toe. I forgot what Christmas it was. It was definitely when I was a kid at my parents' old house.
Was it like a jumpsuit?
No, it wasn't like a jumpsuit. It was like a youth football type uniform.
I had a Steve Young one. I had a 49er Steve Young one. It came with the pants, jersey, and helmet.
It came jersey, pants, and then a helmet, quote unquote.
That's exactly what I said.
And me and my brother, Kevin, got a Miami Dolphins one, which is really funny because he's not a Dolphins fan, which made it even funnier. But that was when, I don't know how old we were, but I will never forget that because that present made me and Kevin so happy for some reason.
Well,
we literally stopped opening presents. Me and Kevin both went to wear the outfit and went to go play football in the yard. We just said, screw the presents, let's go play football.
Yeah, I did that with my Florida State one that I got, which with the helmet not matching the pants. So it was so on brand, not even close to being correct, but... You can see, we were actually watching home videos this year. You can actually see as the video progresses, me slowly putting on more and more of the uniform. It even had shoulder pads, and I put those bad boys on too. So
do they still make those?
I think they do in some.
Let's all get one and put them on.
I think we're a little large. I don't
think
know if they make them for us. Well, we got a pretty good show ahead of us. We want to talk some Jags, of course. Want to talk some college hoops. Got a little local flair as well for my sake. But starting with the Jaguars, Mike, I had you record something for me a little while back, but we weren't able to use it because we never really got any other part of a show together. Right off the bat, Coughlin is gone. Do you think it's fair to put all the blame on him?
I don't know about all the blame, but I would say a good majority of the blame.
Percentage-wise, 69 to 75%?
I would say 75 to 80%, yeah. Reason being is when Coughlin came in to Jacksonville 2 years ago, or 3 years ago, whatever the time frame was, both Doug Marrone and Dave Caldwell would report to him. And he would have the final say over free agency decisions, draft decisions, whatever the situation was, per what Shad Khan, when they were introduced back in 2017. Although we went to the AFC Championship the first year with the three in charge, it was a anomaly. The next 2 years were two of the worst years I've seen in terms of roster construction, just team building, coaching, everything was just terrible from the top down. Giving Blake Bortles an extension after the AFC Championship game was strike one. Not re-signing Allen Robinson, strike two.
Taven Bryan.
I'm getting there.
That's strike.
Not
55.
drafting. I'm sorry, not re-signing Allen Robinson, strike two. Strike three. Passing on Deshaun Watson, Patrick Mahomes, Christian McCaffrey. Granted, we did take Leonard Fournette. I'm fine with Fournette.
I give that part a pass, but you.
I give that a pass, but when you have a chance at a franchise quarterback, in Mahomes or Watson, you don't pass that up. I don't care what the situation is. Then the next year, Blake Bortles is awful. Gets benched for what's his face?
Yep, that's
Kessler.
I forgot Kessler was the quarterback. For Kessler.
I was fine with what's his face.
Oh yeah, fair enough. That was bad.
Guy's first professional win over the hot Indy Colts 6-0.
God, that was a great game.
It was fun.
When Bortles got benched, you know there was a need for a quarterback. What did the Jags do?
Defensive lineman.
They cut him, but they also, in the previous draft, they passed on Lamar Jackson, take Taven Bryan. I know I'm going all over the place, but that's just how bad the Jaguars front office decisions have been. They're all over the place. They don't know what they're doing. Then come 2019 offseason, they pay up $88 million for the Super Bowl MVP from 2 years before in Nick Foles. Cool. Hype is real. Everyone's hyped up about Nick Foles. Nick Foles looks good. Well, I mean, there are a lot of people that were not happy about it, but
I was excited.
I was interested to see what he would bring. First drive looks really good. Oh, not maybe the second drive.
Was that yeah?
Second drive, he looked really good. Threw a beautiful touchdown pass to DJ Chark, and we look back and we see Nick Foles broke his collarbone, and that's where the season went to crap. Actually, no, I lied. I'm sorry. Then Gardner Minshew comes in, the 6th round rookie quarterback, and does a pretty decent job. Goes 4-4 as a starter. Loses that first game against Kansas City, and comes to the bye week. Jags go back to Nick Foles, and he is atrocious for those 2 games. And then Minshew comes in, still looks bad because the whole team is playing awful. The offense is in disarray. We're on a 5-game losing streak. Coughlin's still there. The whole staff is still there. Then the NFLPA comes out with the report that 25% of the grievances filed by players and filed against the Jaguars by the former players. That was the final nail in the coffin for Tom Coughlin.
Nail in the coffin.
And then he gets fired, and then 3 weeks later, Doug Marrone and Dave Caldwell get announced that they will be back for 2020, even after Shad Khan put a statement out after last year's disappointing 2018 season that Khan is not expecting the same results.
Yeah, and that takes me to where it's like, Khan comes out and says, a bad season is not acceptable. So how come firing Coughlin only is acceptable? I don't understand that.
The way I look at it, I think he just abused his power to an extent. I mean, he has that like Mike mentioned, the Shad gave him full authority pretty much, and I think it was supposed to be more like Dave does all the work to an extent, and he runs it by Coughlin, and Coughlin approves it. I think Coughlin decides on himself to just get involved in everything. I think he told Doug, you gotta play Foles. That's why he's here. Instead, when Minshew was playing pretty well, I mean, he was playing well for a rookie. And I think he also was the one getting on to players about, being here during voluntary camp instead of, doing what they're doing. And
the 2 names were Telvin Smith and Jalen Ramsey with the voluntary stuff.
Okay.
And then also the year before, Dante Fowler gets in trouble with Coughlin for not showing up.
Well, he also had some issues with the law. That one, the Fowler issue, I'll pass, but the other ones you can't really. I mean, Ramsey's putting in the work. I mean, simple as that. I mean, now he's probably a little bit ahead of himself now, but.
Yeah, didn't really exactly have a great season.
He still made the Pro Bowl though.
Name
popularity.
It's popularity.
Yeah, no, I know. That's why we don't have the offense and defensive rookie of the year as well.
Thanks, Pepsi. I enjoy your products, but I don't like you as much anymore.
Listen, Minshew would have won the Mountain Dew rookie of the year. That's for damn sure.
He won the Coke one. Well, with that, we sit here, we get another year of Marrone, another year of Caldwell.
And of those 3, I think Marrone probably deserved the best chance, but you also have things to say against him, as in, keeping Todd Wash is pretty unacceptable at this point.
Being the most penalized team in the league is unacceptable. There's things I definitely agree with that he's messed up, but I agree with you that of the three, he should be the one that's retained because he's got such a rapport with the players.
Yeah, the players seem to respond to him pretty well. And I think, midway through the season when he was dealing with the Ramsey stuff and we knew it was just Coughlin, doing his thing and sending out Marone to the press conferences where Marone had no answers because, he's not the one causing this situation. So I think Marone had to kind of be, I don't know the word I'm looking for here, but basically he was just thrown on stage and told to just...
A puppet.
Yeah, he's a puppet. But
he definitely was a Muppet.
So now he'll get his own chance to coach his team his way with the talent that Dave Caldwell provides, I guess.
And that's why I think Khan decided to bring Caldwell and Marone back. Granted, we've seen what Caldwell can do without Coughlin's crazy ass on top of him. But I think he wants to see what Coughlin and Marone can do by themselves without Coughlin because they never were able to. I think it's a 1-year shot.
Yeah.
If they show improvement, then definitely No, they expire in 2021 or 2.
Oh, you're right.
I don't know when their contracts expire, but
I thought this was the final year for the contract. But regardless, go on with what you're saying.
I think if we don't improve to about 8 wins next year,
I think they need 9 or more.
You think so?
Yeah, they're not going to settle for average.
Now, I think if they go 8-8 and then 4 losses are
in a
one
row
possession. No, in a one possession game or something like that. I can see Con bringing them back to it for another 1-year deal. It's just frustrating.
And that's the part that bothers me the most because we sit here and we complain about Todd Wash being so bad for so long and we want to get rid of him. But how are you going to hire someone that's going to be like, hey man, you want to come into this position where the head coach and the half the staff might not even be here next year because these guys are given a one last chance kind of thing.
See,
you're not going to get someone for that because no one wants to be stuck in that situation.
That's where I could see maybe someone who's looking for a promotion that's like a backs coach, defensive backs coach or something like that, depending on what group person you want to promote. You take them from someone else's organization, bring them up, make them your defensive coordinator if you feel like they're on the rise, so that way they have a chance to prove themselves. But yeah, I get the situation's kind of messy, and our best defensive end might not be on the team next year, depending on how they handle it in the offseason. And then our linebacking situation is just nothing.
Speaking, we can discuss straight into the next part of the Jaguars. Free agency and draft are coming up. Free agency, I don't know who the free agents are coming out. I don't know because I know there's still going to be franchise tags given out.
Everyone's going to be going after quarterbacks, so I think the other positions will be pretty wide open.
I'm fine. Free
agency is going to be exciting.
Well, we have one need in free agency, one player that we need to keep on our team, and his name is Yannick Ngakoue, possibly one of the best on the market in all positions. Jags have got to pay that man. He deserves his money. He has earned every penny from being a third-round pick, outperforming his contract, outperforming his skill position, outperforming his draft position, everything. He's one of the best I think he's one of the best defensive ends in the league.
Yeah, that's where this team doesn't make sense, is we have players like Yannick and Ramsey.
And Allen Robinson.
Yeah, they're superstar players. Allen Robinson's been talked about so much in Chicago, and he's got a bum for a quarterback.
Yeah, that's right, Kevin. That's right, Kevin.
I feel bad for Allen Robinson. He went from Blake Bortles to...
Blake Bortles 2.0.
Exactly, and Mitch Trubisky.
But, he's still making a lot of money, and I think I would have rather been in Chicago regardless, too, if you're going to be in
He just didn't want to be in Jacksonville, to be honest.
Because he saw the management.
I wonder if Coughlin was the reason why he got pushed out.
Probably why a lot of guys wanted
because Bortles was staying, too. The fact
that's also a stupid decision on
they're in action to promote at the position that needed the most when they decided to get Taven Bryan, and you could argue at that time our defensive line was the strongest in the league. But,
I just think that the Jags have the biggest need right now on that team, or biggest priority, as what Dave Caldwell said in his press conference a week ago or two.
Yannick Ngakoue
is the number one need, our number one priority.
Yeah.
You need to pay him. If he asks for $20 million, you pay him $20 million. If he asks for $25, you pay him $25. Now, the number I would not pay him is $28, $29. That's just, no one's worth that money. No position is worth $30 million.
He wins games for us. He won the Colts game.
He's won a few games for us.
Game of the season.
Provides pressure off the edge.
He always gets the ball out. And they usually go for scores. That he stripped Brissett this past week. He did it multiple times. He has
37.5 sacks through 4 years minus one game because I know he missed a game this year. But he's been healthy. He's stayed healthy his entire career. 37.5 sacks is pretty damn good for a third-round pick out of Maryland.
And like you said earlier, it's about the one-possession games. And when it comes down to the end of the game...
I trust Unique Ngakoue.
Yeah, I trust him. And then I also trust Minshew now on the offensive side. So we have that on both sides where if it's a tight game, we have the game changers to an extent. We just have to be in the games. But So to be in the games...
That's the problem.
Yeah, we have to stop the run.
So, with Unique,
and Malik Jackson.
Everyone runs the ball on us right just like we want to do on them.
Not even that. Marcel Darius is injuries.
He needs to be back too. He's might not be here too, but I think he needs to be back.
He'll be. He's getting
his comeback.
That's the thing. The Jaguars free agents are very interesting because there's a lot of them that have huge cap hits. But Calais, I know, is a $15 million cap hit if we keep him. If we let him go, we save that $15 million, but we can possibly agree to a restructured deal.
I think he would agree to that as well because he loves the
I don't
city.
think he will.
No?
I don't think he will. I think he wants to stay on the $15 million, or he's going to go back home to Denver, where he's from.
Will they pay him $15 million?
No, but maybe he just wants to
take a pay cut.
Maybe take a hometown discount.
I don't know, because I saw an interview where he's talking about that too, like where it was the original free agency decision, and when people were talking about how he was going to Denver, possibly, and how it was pretty much a done deal, he was going to Denver. He was thinking apparently he had really no interest in going to Denver. He obviously he loves the hometown feel.
Yeah, and I know he was torn between Jaguars and the Broncos a few years ago when he signed.
But I think he's just loved the city so much now that he might have a chance to want to stay. Because after that last game too, they interviewed him on the Jumbotron or whatever, and he was really appreciative of the city and just he's obviously a great guy and loves the city. And
he's definitely he does all those Monday.
I think he loved it here more than Arizona.
He went to the Super Bowl in Arizona, so.
No, did he?
Yeah, he went to a Super Bowl.
His rookie year.
I think it was one of his early years, yeah. But in regards to biggest needs, though, defensive end, if we let Unique go, you mentioned linebacker.
Cornerback, too.
You mentioned linebacker. Corner is another need if we let go of A.J. Boye, which I doubt we will.
I would love to get Okuda from Ohio State.
He's not going to fall to us.
No, he's not.
We have bigger needs in corner in the first round.
I know.
We have linebacker, offensive tackle, I still think receiver's a need, especially if Jerry Jeudy's there at 9. You take Jerry Jeudy. Don't care what Jerry Jeudy or CeeDee Lamb from Oklahoma and Jeudy from Alabama. Linebacker's a big need, a huge need because it's just Miles Jack right now. That's relevant.
Telvin Smith's not coming back
if he's out of jail.
Did we even find out what that?
Was there anything that ever came
I never saw anything about it.
I tried to research it a week ago, and I never saw anything.
Is he still alive?
He's alive.
Okay.
But
scary that we have to ask that because it's weird.
Let's see what's other need. Just threw me off with that.
Well, we said
O-line, receiver.
We got a kicker.
Yeah, we got a kicker
And a punter.
I think if you vamp up the offensive line, I don't think receiver's that much of an issue.
I think it's a need because you can't rely on DJ Chark is definitely number one. But in regards to...
I don't think they'll ignore it. I just don't think it's that high of a need.
Outside of DJ Chark, who's your playmaker? DD's not a playmaker anymore. He can't stay healthy.
Marquise Lee.
That's another free agency disaster by Coughlin.
So I would say tight ends instead of wide receivers.
I'm not taking a tight end in the first 3 rounds again.
The problem is I want a tight end for
maybe that's
Minshew's
where we go free
sake,
agency.
at least.
Yeah, but the thing is we drafted the tight end last year with Josh Oliver. We're not getting another tight end.
But about free agency,
unless you find someone free agency. Or if O'Shaughnessy can come back from that ACL.
Maybe we shouldn't have paid Jeff Swaim.
He's going to be gone, so it doesn't matter. He's only a 1-year deal. Yeah. Or no, he's a 2-year deal.
He's a 2-year deal.
Yeah, I think we only lose $250,000 if we cut him. But There's a lot of cuts. There's
Our
cuts
biggest
that are
need
coming.
is getting rid of Foles.
That's not happening.
We need to do that.
That's not happening.
Yeah.
And that's what Coughlin screwed up
So
there.
what if Caldwell is able to trade Foles? Would you say trading him and trading Bortles were the two greatest quarterback trades of all time?
No greatest trading Gabbard for something was impressive.
Oh, that's the one I meant. Yeah.
Gabbard, not
So
Bortles.
all three of those though.
Getting rid of 3 disasters.
That's getting someone to want those guys. That's pretty crazy.
Yeah, but I mean, I say the biggest needs for the Jags in regards to draft and free agency: linebacker, receiver, O-line,
In
and
that
corner. In that order, no.
Just in general.
In general,
We're gonna definitely do a whole episode more about free agency,
once
the
we
draft.
look more into it. But
Once we get a little more information.
I
about
think we
what
should
want.
continue going on about this right now for another 20 more minutes.
no, I get
I
sick of the Jaguars
disagree.
after a bit.
Okay, go Jags.
Actually, what we're going to do is we're going to switch gears, get into some college hoops. So we asked you guys what you guys wanted to hear. We actually got a little bit of pretty good feedback that we appreciate that, by the way, on Facebook, Instagram, Twitter,
And
everything.
we ate up that feedback.
Yeah.
Get it? Ate the feed.
Oh my gosh.
There's
Well-
the pun of the episode.
Yeah.
What was
Skyler's
the
pun of the
other one I should
episode.
say?
No more. You can't have any more.
What was the other one, though?
I don't remember
All
that
right,
one.
continue.
College hoops. Looking at us locally, the Gators are sitting at 10-4.
The Gators. They're 10-4.
Yeah, they're
Yeah.
10-4, 2-0 in the conference. They lost to Florida State, UConn, Butler, and
Wait, who was the team they
Utah
lost to?
State. Florida State.
How many years in a row has that been? Like 5 or 6. 6 years, I believe.
I think. I'm pretty sure that's what the video was
Yeah.
where they counted on their
6
hands.
years. Yeah.
Let me know when you guys got back-to-back natties.
Okay, whatever.
So that's all I've got. They
Yeah.
just keep going back to that.
Back-to-back, like Drake.
Florida
enough.
State, on the other hand, just moved up to number 10 in the country. They were 14-2, 4-1 in the conference. Their lone loss in the conference was to Pitt in the very first game of
Which
the
is
season.
very weird that we played
Stupid
a
scheduling.
conference opponent the very first game of the year. But
Yes, and also lost to Indiana.
in the Big Ten Challenge.
College basketball has been kind of weird this year. We've had 6 different number ones. Gonzaga currently holds that position now. Just a lot of, I won't say upsets, but just a lot of
You're right on
ranked
that.
teams losing.
There's a lot of upsets happening this year in terms of college basketball. At one point, within a 4-day span, all top 5 teams lost in a week. In a weekend.
I mean, if you look at the top 5 right now, there's only one undefeated team, and that's Auburn. But Auburn I looked at their schedule, they have not played a single team yet. San Diego State still remains undefeated as well. But if you look, I'm looking throughout, there's not another undefeated team in here. There's 4 lost teams that are ranked right now. Michigan is ranked. I mean,
What?
Seton Hall.
If you're in the Big
Seton
Ten,
Hall's
you're
playing
always
really
going to be
well, though.
ranked.
Yeah, Seton Hall's playing really good basketball right now. They should get into the AP this coming week, but they have 4 losses as well. A lot of 2 losses, a lot of 3 losses. It's been an interesting year so far in college basketball. And for those who haven't followed, just a quick top 5: Gonzaga, Duke, Kansas. Those 3 all have received first place votes. Baylor and Auburn. Not your typical top 5.
And
that you
Auburn
see.
is undefeated right now. They've not lost a game, which is very surprising. But then
North-
again, the
North
SEC
Carolina
is
doesn't
not.
exist.
The SEC is not as good as it has been. Kentucky is number 14 in the country, as Keith just mentioned.
Sometimes when you're dominating football, you just got to take a break from basketball, you know?
Okay. But as Keith said, North Carolina is not in the top 25. It's been a while since they were top 25. I don't think they have a vote.
No,
they've got
been
a
losing.
couple losses.
They've been losing.
It's because they right now don't have their best player, Cole Anthony. I know he's got an injury. He's been out for a few weeks, maybe months. Right now, it's not looking good for North Carolina in terms of brackets because, I mean, they're probably still going to make the tournament because it's North Carolina. But
I don't know. We'll see. I mean, we got a long season ahead. You were talking about one of the best players. Obviously, one of the best players in the entire league is James Wiseman. If you guys don't know the story, he's a Memphis player. He received a donation from Penny Hardaway, who's Memphis's coach now. But this was before he was the coach. It was like $11,000 or something like that to help with, I'm pretty sure, a house, so that his mom could get a house so they could live in. And then he accepts the coaching position, and Wiseman comes to the university, and the NCAA suspends him. And they're like, you can't take a donation like that. That's illegal. So he says, F it, whatever. And he withdraws from the school, and now he's just going to focus on himself.
Well, no, before that, though, the NCAA said he can come back if he pays that $11,000 back
charity,
to a charity. Yep.
To a charity, yeah.
But the thing is, how is he going to pay the money back if he's not getting paid legally?
Yeah.
So there's just some more question, and James Wiseman then says, like Keith said, screw it. I'm ineligible. I'm going to the draft. I withdraw from school. See ya in draft time. That's what he pretty much said. And Memphis is still okay, looking good. They were
7-0 without him.
They were looking really good without him, and then
so
now
would you
they're
say he's overrated.
no. James Wiseman's not overrated.
No.
He's good.
The dude is a monster. He's 7'1". He's got length. He's got speed. He's got the complete package for an NBA player, and he will go top 5.
And I believe Memphis was at one point number 1 in the rankings. If I could be wrong on that.
I don't know about that.
Let me
I
double.
could be wrong.
I'm checking that right now.
Football.
I know Gonzaga has. I know Duke has. I know Kansas has.
Memphis is
Michigan State, I'm pretty sure, was preseason.
What about Kentucky?
No, Memphis was 13. I apologize. They were as high as 9 when they lost to Georgia last week. I apologize on
Georgia's
that.
actually playing pretty well.
Yeah, Georgia's looking decent.
They got a good coach.
But in regards to the rankings, as you said, there's been a lot of upsets. Number 1, you said, 6 times have been upset?
Mm-hmm.
If you're number 1, that's not safe anymore. Because I remember watching a few games, Duke losing to Stephen F. Austin earlier this year. That was funny on a buzzer beater. I cannot stand Duke, so it was really nice to see them lose. Gonzaga is their one loss against Michigan, and I don't see Gonzaga losing a game until maybe BYU. I doubt it. Maybe
Yeah.
St. Mary's. They're looking decent unless they struggle.
Unless they have like an injury to Phillip or something like that, they're going to be just fine.
When was the last truly dominant college basketball team?
Like from start to finish?
Yeah, like the one that comes to mind is Louisville, like with 2013, 2012 or something like that.
I don't know. I'm
Louisville's
thinking maybe Kentucky when they went on undefeated all the way through the Final Four. They were undefeated until they lost in the Final Four, Elite 8. But I don't remember a team being
I
as
don't count
dominant.
that.
Maybe Villanova.
Nova was pretty dominant a couple years ago.
It's been a while since we had a really dominant team, but I like it when it's not as dominant as people make it, as history has been.
That's what differentiates it, if that's the word, from the NBA. It's just, there's more parity.
Oh, the parity is, definitely monumental.
And
North Carolina's not making the big dance. They're 8-7 right now. They have some pretty bad losses.
I love that picture of Roy Williams slumped over.
They got a tough schedule ahead of them, too. They got to play several ranked teams, including
They played
Florida
Duke
State,
twice, Florida State,
Louisville.
Virginia, Louisville. Yeah, they're looking rough.
Yeah. Now, who doesn't look rough is the team that won tonight, Jacksonville University, beating, I think it was NJIT.
Oh, you just
I just had it, but I'm pretty sure they beat NJIT.
Well, doesn't UNF lead the league in 3 points?
Yes, they did.
Lead the A-Sun?
No, just like all of NCAA.
Oh, I
And
don't know about
three-pointers.
that.
Definitely the A-Sun, but potentially.
But as we record this, JU did just beat NJIT to go to now 1-1 in the conference, 8-9 overall. UNF is at 9-8, the opposite, and they're 2-0 in the conference. No one's catching Liberty because Liberty is just it's not even fair.
Liberty.
But if you guys are interested, though, I almost said crosstown shootout. Wrong teams. River City Rumble is going to be on the 16th of this month at 7 p.m. That's the game at Swisher, so that's going to be a JU home game. Definitely check that out because
Swisher's
I might
nice.
go
it
to
should
that
be a
game.
good game.
I might go because I've never been to one of those.
You really should. I'll talk to Scott. Scott, if you're listening, hook us up.
Yeah, that
Give
would
us
be
a-
nice.
Or you could support your brother Keith and buy tickets.
I don't think he gets money.
I don't
from
think
that.
I've ever bought a ticket for a JU event since Scott's been there.
But-
hopefully that stays the case.
Does JU know that?
I don't know.
Keith, I think you're forgetting a team, a local team.
He said, well,
You didn't say anything about Florida State.
Well, I said that
We
we
talked
were
about it a little bit.
14-2,
Oh, well.
4-1 in the conference.
One thing I want to make on recording, I personally think Florida State's going to win the ACC this year.
uh-oh.
I actually am going to guarantee it. They're winning the ACC
I
this
have a
year.
big guarantee for the national championship for football. I guarantee the Tigers will win the championship.
I hate you for that. Mike, continue your point.
Okay. Anyway, Florida State is looking really good. They are passing the ball well. They're playing outstanding defense. I was actually a little worried about
March right now.
No, it's not March right now. What? So what? They're number 2 in the ACC right now.
I'm saying they could. I haven't watched them, but I believe you when you say they're playing well because they were playing pretty well during parts of last season. But you got to be hot towards the end of the season.
They'll be fine.
So
I think they'll be fine. They play well as a team. They don't have a star player like they've had in the past with Malik Beasley, Jonathan Isaac, Dwayne Bacon, etc. They are a team. They're
deep.
They're deep, yeah. They play really well together as a team.
But also, are you saying ACC championship like the regular season champs or the ACC tournament champions? Or both?
Tournament champ.
Tournament champ.
I think tournament champ. I think regular season. If they win the regular season, they're looking really good. But I think tournament champ. I think they'll end up playing
Duke.
No, I think Duke's gonna lose probably.
Miami.
They'll probably play Virginia in the ACC championship. But that's what I'm guessing. I personally believe that Florida State will win the ACC championship in the tournament, and then they'll get a top 2-3 seed in March Madness once it comes down to it. Because Florida State is looking really good, and they embarrassed Louisville. I'm not going to any games. I wish I could. They beat Florida earlier this year. They beat Tennessee. They beat Clemson. They beat UNF.
Great win against Louisville the other night.
Yeah, Louisville that was a tough win. Chris Mack hates us.
Papa John was probably upset.
Papa John.
Yeah, good game against Virginia coming up here real soon as well.
Well, Virginia may be unranked by then, but we'll see. They say it's lost the other night.
But still should be a good one because they always give us a run for the money.
But honestly, now for any people that do like college basketball, I would start looking into watching some games because now NFL's wrapping up. NBA is still kind of hard to get along into for some people until after the All-Star break, which is coming up soon. Now is the time to start looking at college basketball because all the conference play has started, and it's a good time to start, in my opinion.
Well, saying that you've been struggling with the NBA, let's switch gears into that real quick. We're almost halfway through,
We could
right?
transition offense into it.
Oh.
Can we just pause it real quick and we'll recap?
No, we're good. We just keep going.
Back to NBA action.
Go ahead. With the NBA, you said we're about halfway through the season?
About halfway, yeah. So some teams played about 37 games and whatnot, 40 games. We're about halfway through. The All-Star break should be coming up soon. I know I've been getting a lot of notifications for the NBA and the trade deadline. Checking right now the All-Star break.
All-Star break has media around the court. You could say that's full court press.
Yeah, NBA All-Star break is February 16th. So it's just about a month away.
Is that Valentine's Day week?
Valentine's Day weekend, yeah. Valentine's Day is the 14th, so yeah.
For the love of basketball. Was it a movie? Or no, I'm thinking
Love and Basketball.
Love and Basketball.
Love and Basketball.
Yeah.
But no, I think NBA is getting interesting. I just looked briefly at the NBA last few days. I noticed that Indiana is the 6th seed in the East. This is without Victor Oladipo.
Who's going to the finals?
If I had
the
to,
Bucks from the
we
East.
always have Mike's MLB update. Why don't we have Skyler's NBA predictions?
Okay. Bucks from the East.
Okay, of course he's picking the Bucks.
I'm gonna go Portland from the West.
Mario Hezonja is gonna lead him to victory, baby.
Screw Hezonja.
He's on Portland.
Yes, he's on Portland.
I was more so looking for the Dame.
And right
Melo.
now, Portland is the 10th seed. So they may make the playoffs. Who knows? But Indiana's the 6th seed, and they get Victor Oladipo coming back, their best player, by the end of the month. I noticed that Clippers also the 4th seed in the West. That's because of Kawhi Leonard and his damn load management, which is stupid.
That's what she said.
Just stupid that he's sitting out half the games.
I don't think it's stupid. If he does whatever he wants, I think he honestly has some injury underlying that isn't being talked about. Or
maybe there's an injury, that's different. If he has
I don't
injury,
think he's making it public because he's a very private guy anyway, and he's just gonna let that slide under the radar. He's gonna be super healthy during the playoffs.
Yeah, with that, that's why he didn't play for San Antonio towards that.
Oh no, he just didn't want to play for the staff.
No, because he was hurt. It wasn't Jalen Ramsey back problems. It was that underlying injury that he's bringing up.
I don't think he want to play in San Antonio.
I don't think he want to play in San Antonio. No. The staff, the medical staff was terrible for him
because they didn't know his injuries.
The Magic with the win over the Nets the other night. bumped them up to the 7 seed. So now that's a 7 seed for the Magic.
Are the Magic going to have back-to-back playoff appearances?
They should.
Hopefully, if they keep playing well.
The way the Eastern Conference
They
is
destroyed the Wizards last night.
Yeah, season sweep. So we are officially finished. Yeah, so I'm actually going to record a Manzi's Magic here coming up soon, and I'll dive into more about Markelle Fultz, more about the injuries to Jonathan Isaac and Alfred Camino, and a lot more about just Magic basketball. I'll talk about the game that I went to the other night as well. So be on the lookout for that. I'm excited to talk more Magic basketball.
So I've got a few more things on the NBA. Do you think the Lakers can keep it up?
With LeBron's load management?
Well,
with LeBron staying healthy and Anthony Davis
just hurt his back.
Yeah. Oh, did he just get hurt?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. How severe is that?
I mean, he hurt it pretty badly, I think.
So what's the
deal? He's going to be reevaluated in like a week or something.
He's never going to be healthy for a full season, you think? Or
Oh, no, he's never.
He doesn't have the body for it. He's just
Do you think
big.
he can't? So is he going to miss the whole season and be back for the playoffs?
He won't miss that much
I don't think he'll miss that long. But to answer your question, no, I don't think so. They're going to be strong. I think they're going to be good. Keep an eye out, though, for the trade deadline. They're looking to make some moves.
Get rid of Kuzma?
That's the biggest one.
That's the biggest name that they've come out with. But I don't know. I mean, looking in the West, Denver, Houston, LA, the Clippers, obviously. It's
Jazz are looking good.
Do you think Russell Westbrook gets traded?
No, he just signed with Houston.
I know, but I saw there's some issues there already.
There's always an issue.
Biggest name who's going to get traded is probably Andre Drummond out of Detroit.
Or Derrick Rose.
Derrick Rose is only going to get traded if he wants to be traded. And I don't think he wants to be traded.
I wish he would go back to Chicago. But I like Kobe White. He's a good player. He's appearing to be pretty good.
I haven't followed Chicago at all.
13 and 25.
I haven't followed him at all, but I saw some of his highlights, and he's definitely made some vast improvements. He's got like a step-back jumper from three-point range, and that's pretty impressive when you consider that he's a point guard, you know. And I feel like it was weird watching him at UNC last year. I felt like he was awkward with his ball handling skills. I feel like he looks a lot more comfortable with it now, because from my understanding, wasn't he like he's only been a point guard for a couple of years now or something like that?
Something like that, yeah.
I really haven't kept up with them too much. I think we have like some solid players that just need to develop fully.
I got a question for both of you. First to 10 wins, the Hawks or the Warriors?
Well, just in perspective, the Hawks are 8-30 and Golden State is 9-30.
Oh wow!
I'm just gonna say that Golden State just because it's Golden State and I hate Atlanta. So
let me see who Golden State plays next.
I'll look who the Hawks play next.
I think Vince Carter will lead them to 10 wins. And Trae Young. How are they so bad with Trae Young?
Because when Trae Young is your only offense.
Yeah.
So Warriors next game at the Clippers, at the Grizzlies versus the Mavericks. Those are the next 3 games.
They're not
at
winning
the Wizards next for Atlanta.
That's a winnable game.
That is winnable. Wizards
suck. So they have at the Wizards, at Brooklyn versus Phoenix.
I'm going with the Hawks.
Yeah.
So the Hawks have to win 2 games, though.
Yeah, but they got Vince Carter.
That don't mean anything.
My next question: who's the first to 10 losses, the Bucks or the Lakers?
The Bucks.
So the Lakers are still one of the best teams in the league right now?
Oh yeah, they have 7 losses.
The Lakers are 7 losses, 30 wins.
And the Bucks are at 6 losses.
Yeah, I still feel like
I think
the Bucks will have a fall off at some point. Giannis will strain something and be out for a week, and they'll lose a couple games.
I don't know what the next game schedule. They got an easy schedule ahead. Sacramento, Portland, New York, Knicks, Boston, Brooklyn. I was thinking. I don't know why I thought New York. New York Knicks, Boston, Brooklyn, Chicago, Charlotte. I don't see them losing a game.
Maybe.
Maybe Portland. But
you don't think they'd lose to Boston?
That's the only one.
Boston's
looking really good lately. They're inconsistent. That's the thing.
Yeah.
No, they're on a 3-game losing streak. I don't know why I said that.
That's pretty consistent.
Not really. Consistently not good.
The Bulls are on a 5-game losing streak.
Oh man.
Nets are on a lose 7 streak. Sheesh. They have won 7 in a row.
What's wrong?
Well, the Nets are missing Kyrie. That's why.
And Kevin Durant.
One last thing. Who do you think is leading the All-Star votes right now as of today? The second vote returns came in.
Kawhi Leonard.
I mean, I'm hoping it's LeBron.
It is LeBron.
Okay, good.
LeBron jumped Luka and Giannis by 100,000 votes over Giannis.
Luka's been
And
playing.
Can I just say that fan voting is
Stupid?
the stupidest thing in any sport?
yes, I
Seeing
agree.
that Taco Fall and Caruso are getting votes right now.
Caruso is 6th in terms of guards for the West.
Yeah, it's ridiculous.
And what's his name? Taco Fall is 6th in the East in front court.
Taco Fall plays scrub minutes. And
I
he's getting
hate
votes.
fan voting.
It makes zero sense. I understand where they come from.
Kyrie
It's like,
Irving
let
is
the
second
fans
in
have a
votes
voice.
because and he's missed half the season.
Yeah.
It's just like Jalen making the Pro Bowl.
Yeah, exactly.
It's all
that's
fan
why I think
popularity.
all fan voting in any sports is stupid.
I think it should
That's why
count.
Derek Jeter made the All-Star game every year, even if he wasn't having a good season.
It should be like 0.5 of a vote, and then players should be like 2 votes.
I think players should be voting
Yeah,
for everything. Players and coaches, I'm sure.
but even then, you still have biased answers. Like,
For sure, but I feel like it's a lot better.
Yeah.
I mean, you're not going to sit there and be like, oh, you know what, Taco Fall's an all-star. No, he's not.
they need to do
Clearly
it
not.
NASCAR style. Win your way in.
To wrap up here, I wanted to touch on a local topic I read about the other day. Actually, just today, actually. The Reddi-Arts building off Hendricks, and I already asked these two knuckleheads, and they have no idea what I'm talking about. But if you've seen the Reddi-Arts building off Hendricks, you know that it is closing. And they just announced that there's going to be a new owner, and they're actually going to be moving to a new location. So the guy, Bruce, that owned it like over 40 years, is selling to an artist named Kelly McCormick. She graduated from Savannah College of Art and Design. And the store
SCAD for short.
Exactly. The store will remain on Hendricks for the next 4 months, but then it's going to be moving to Main Street, actually, in the Springfield area. If you know where Crispy's is, it's in the furniture store right next to that. So I think that's just really cool because it's a local staple kind of thing. I've bought stuff from my sister there since she's an artist. I know a lot of local artists that have shopped there or do a lot of business there that are happy to see that it will be alive and well. So I just wanted to share that with you guys because, again, it's local and it's a part of our foundation of downtown. So
And it's not like I don't love the arts. I just didn't hear about this place.
it's a really pretty building if you can drive by. I do believe that the new buyers are going to be trying to turn it into restaurants, but we'll see about that.
I love the Comer.
The Comer is a very nice museum that is free entry on Tuesdays, right?
Yeah.
Skyler, is there anything going on with Coastal or anything that's happened lately?
Well, we remodeled the store pretty much just to make it a little bit, I don't know the word, formidable. I don't know, just throwing some slang out there, I guess. But, no, it's redesigned. We plan to have like a little gym area in the back, and that's because we have Justin James in there quite a bit. He's World Long Drive Champion from 2017. He's got a swing speed of over 140 miles per hour, and his ball speed's over 200 miles per hour, and
Jeez.
he carried a ball over 400 yards in our store, just to give you an idea of the talent that this guy has. But he's working with Russell Knox. Some people may know who he is. He's a Scottish-born tour player, but he went to JU, and he's like a top 10 driver in terms of accuracy, but in terms of distance, he's one of the lesser-known players because he hits the ball 285 every time, but that's still about 80 yards shorter than Rory McIlroy, sometimes 100 yards shorter. So Russell was in there. It's pretty fun seeing him whack at it and going through the regimen that Justin's got him through, just pretty much cranking up his speed. And they're actually going to Waste Management Open out in Arizona. That's the one Ricky Fowler won last year, but that's at TPC Scottsdale. And Justin's, I'm sure, going to try to get more clients for his training, and hopefully see more tour players inside our shop too, training.
Perfect.
So,
Yeah, check out Coastal Indoor Golf if you haven't already, off of Beach
I got
Boulevard.
pulled over there once.
1380
Right by
Beach
Coastal.
Boulevard.
1380 Beach Boulevard.
Right by Coastal.
You guys should have pulled in. But with
No,
that
it
too,
was
which
late at
hopefully gets
night.
more
It
interviews
was late
too.
at night. I got away with this warning, so.
Oh, lucky boy, did you?
Was it a
Oh,
female cop?
No, it was a guy cop. I was speeding
Oh,
on a
you
damn
were doing
intercoastal.
other magic.
It was a stupid intercoastal bridge. I hate that bridge.
Yeah, they always set the bottom right before eventually.
Literally right at the bottom, and
Yeah.
I can't stand that area.
You gotta know that, dude. I see it every day when I go to work.
It's so annoying.
Yeah, well, to wrap things up here, we've gone on a little longer than I anticipated, but
Put a
hopefully you
condom
guys have
on it.
stuck around this long.
Last thing,
Go ahead, Mike.
Uh-oh.
who you guys got Monday night national
Okay.
championship?
Oh,
Clemson or LSU?
I already
Don't
told-
No explanations, just answers.
The
LSU
Tigers.
or no LSU.
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 It's a three. It's a I don't know what the word is. We're all going LSU.
It's a 3-way.
Trifecta.
Thank you. That's
There
the
we
word.
go.
Oh.
All right.
We'll leave you on that.
No,
Wait,
not yet.
No.
One more prediction. It looks
NFL. Tennessee, Baltimore. You got
like Kansas City over Houston. I got Baltimore over
Tennessee versus Baltimore.
Or I got Tennessee over Baltimore.
I got Baltimore.
I have Baltimore.
Okay. And then
Kansas City, Houston. For
I got
me.
Kansas City.
Kansas City for
Kansas City.
You
me.
got
Seattle, Green Bay. Keith's team.
I got Seattle.
Uh-oh.
Seattle.
Yeah.
Interesting.
I'm going Green Bay.
Now I'm going to go with Seattle, too. And then Washington, San Francisco.
Minnesota.
You mean Minnesota, San Francisco?
Yeah, you're right. I don't
Minnesota.
know why I said
I got
Washington.
Minnesota with the upset.
Why did I say Washington?
I don't know.
Maybe because Kirk Cousins. Yeah.
I got Minnesota with the upset.
I'll say San Fran.
I'm going to go Minnesota as well. I think their defense is, well, I mean, San Francisco's got a good defense, but I think they're like...
I trust Cousins more than Garoppolo.
Ah.
I trust Cousins more than Garoppolo.
Yeah.
Garoppolo hasn't had a big game yet in his career.
He's not had a horrible game.
No,
though.
I said big game.
I know. Well, besides that Saints game.
Well, this is Kirk Cousins' first big game that he's ever won.
He's won some big games. It's just a matter of.
He's never won a primetime game.
Okay, screw that. That's another time.
That's a big game.
Okay, primetime games aren't always the biggest games. I hate that Monday Night Football stuff.
But
0 for 9,
it's
whatever.
more so the atmosphere that they're...
That's what
It's
we're
mimicking
going
the
for.
big-
here.
I think he'll be fine. And it's not a night game. It's a day game.
Primetime is what I said. I didn't say night.
Well, everyone's talking about him at
Jeez.
nights. Him at night, so.
Anyway, that's our show. Thank you all for sticking around to the end. Hopefully we'll be back very soon. If you don't already, give us a like on Facebook, follow us on Twitter and Instagram, and we'll see you guys soon. Peace.